What's up, YouTube? T Hart here, Hart Media, back again with a tech review. If you watched my last video, I reviewed the Bose Soundsport with the Samsung Buzz Live. They were not up to my liking, so they were returned. A few weeks later, heard about the Bose Quiet Comfort Earbuds. So now we're doing a review of the old versus the new. So let's get into it. First of all, if you watched my last video, like a few hundred people have, you may know that these are my favorite, despite the size and the lack of long battery life like some of the newer earbuds. But these currently still hold that trophy. But they have a flaw that comes out in about a year's time. Now, if you saw my last video, you saw my other, I have two sets of these. You saw my other set was tearing up and I tried to fix it with some glue. Long story short, don't worry about it. But this one was in perfect condition on my last video. So now, if you can see where that's, where that's tearing up right about here. And I think I didn't clean this one with sanitizer for sure, but this rubber piece around here just starts to deteriorate and tear apart, which is probably why the new Bluetooth, the new Quiet Comfort, is an all plastic body. Well, that's fuzzy. Come on, there we go. So this is my assumption of why these are all plastic body and did away with the rubber because it was causing some issues. Now this rubber here is bulletproof. It still looks brand new on here. I don't know why they couldn't have just used this rubber over here. It would have been perfect. Anyway, so all plastic body, but may come with some flaws after you have it for a while. Anyway, we'll get into that. So first thing I want to talk about, let me get my little list here on these on this comparison. So if you want to know more about these, just go to my last video and hear everything I like about them. Like I say, currently they are my favorite. Still are. The new ones. Now these are the Quiet Comfort. These are the quote unquote top of the line ones that you can buy, because they have this one and then they have the, I think it's called Soundsport or Sport. They're a little cheaper, a little less features, and compared to these. So one thing about these that I want to mention is that if you're buying them, you have to ask yourself, do you want earbuds or do you want headphones? Because that's what's going to come down to your decision making of keeping them. Because a lot of features are on the right side, double tap here, double tap left side, blah, 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 blah. And they kind of work together. Me personally, I wanted more of an earbud, kind of more like what these are to me. It's more of an earbud versus headphones. Yes, can you use them as headphones? Yes. But the single right one serves as an earbud. I was also hoping for left and right calls. So if you could talk on the right, I wanted to talk on the left also without having the right one on. Can't do that. You can hear out of the left one, but there's no mic on it to talk. Doesn't have that feature. But as an earbud alone, more so the right one, you still have noise canceling, but it's a little weird when you have noise canceling all the way up and it's only in one ear, because it blocks out your natural hearing of the ear that it's in, the right ear. Of course, you can turn down the noise canceling, but then you get this, it's kind of a fake sound, or like an electrical reproduction of what the outside sound like. They don't sound natural to me. Even if you turn the noise cancellation all the way off, it still feeds you this reproduced sound. It's like it takes the outside sound, processes it, feeds it to your ear, but it doesn't sound natural. And it has like an electronic reproduced sound. But on the other hand, you have to think it's doing it in milliseconds. I mean, it's as soon as you're hearing it outside, you're hearing it through that earbud, but in a reproduced electrical kind of way. So the technology in it is amazing, but most people may not hear it. I have more of a critical ear. So anyway, that's one thing about them that I don't like. Now as a headphone set, I mean, they were great. They sound great. They tend to be a little on the basic side when you listen to music. Also, these tend to have a, how could I call it, intermittent dropouts. But I also noticed that it's more so around metal. Give an example, you know, the metal bars on your garage that hold the track for the wheels go up and down in the garage. I was standing by that at the edge of my garage one day, and it just kept dropping. Pick up. Then I can hear it, you know, connected to the phone, blah, 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 blah. And I would move, it would lose, move, pick up, lose, move. And it was just back and forth. Then I stepped, 2 steps back, and it connected and stayed connected. It was weird. Never had that issue with these. Still never had that issue. Also, one thing I also noticed, if you, let's say you have your right earbud on, right? So you got your right earbud on, hours go by, you take it out, scratch your ear or whatever, and it disconnects from your phone, disconnects from the case. What do? How do you turn it back on? There's no buttons on it. You can double tap it, you can hold it, it's not going to do anything. You have to open your case, place it back in there, let it blink, take it back out, put it back on. Why? Why would I want to do all of that to turn this on? I have to do all of that to turn this earbud on if it powers down and goes into this limbo state, which it does it randomly. It happens. So let's say you're not close to this. You know, you got this on, it's fully charged, you're nowhere near this charging case because you don't need it right now. This cuts off. You have nowhere to turn it on. You have to go back to this and stick it in there. That doesn't make sense to me. You should be able to double tap it or long tap it or do something to turn it back on without having to drop it back in here. Pros and cons of no buttons versus a button. And the touch control doesn't do anything if it's not turned on. So I don't like that. Even though I would rather have this one without this happening, this tearing up. Currently, still my favorite though. This I want this to be my favorite, but I don't see it happening. Keep going down my list. One more thing that's major to me, and it's a must-have for any Bluetooth that I own, that I wear. It has to be able to mute. That's very important for me. When I'm at work and I'm on the phone, sometimes I need to mute somebody who I'm talking to briefly for whatever reason, I need to mute them. I don't want to pull my phone out, go to the call screen and hit mute. No, I need a mute on here. On here, you can press power and volume down at the same time and it mutes. And it'll tell you, mute it. When you press it again, unmute it. No mute on here. None whatsoever. That for me is a deal breaker. It has to have mute. No way around it, no exceptions for me. And like I said before, these are more so made to work as wireless headphones, not necessarily as an earbud. You have to have both of them on to get the features of this set, which if you want a headphones Bluetooth set like this is the way to go. Thumbs up, Bose, boom, I'm all for it. You'll be happy with that if you're looking for a 100% headphone set. If you don't talk on the phone that much and you're looking for a headphone set, this is the way to go. The noise canceling, it's amazing. You put them on and you're in your own quiet little world. Me personally, I wouldn't do that out in the world. Somebody could be behind you and you never hear them. So that's just my way of thinking. I'm sorry. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about, which is the most important, price. These are not on the list of cheap earbuds. Total price $302. That's what I paid for them. And when you pay that amount of money for something, you ask yourself, is this worth it? Is this worth my $302? Currently, no, not to me. Because in my opinion, even though these are tearing up randomly, and I hate that, but for that price, I can get 2 brand new sets of these. I mean, technically, my set is okay. It's just the right earbud is messing up. You can buy these on eBay, the right earbud, brand new, for $55. So, technically, I can go in there and buy 4 and still be beating this. And I'll be back in business with my all-time faves here. But I just don't feel that they're worth $302. I have a coworker who bought the AirPods Pro and he's just floored and ecstatic by them. Of course, he has an iPhone. I don't. Android till I die. And even if they were the best earbuds on earth, I'm not buying them. Nothing against Apple, but I'm not going to have an Android phone with Apple earbuds. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. That's stupid to me. Can't do it. Sorry. So, and he's floored by them. Loves them. Raves about them every day. And that's fine. I'm happy with that. I heard they were great, but I think they're better with an iPhone. I'm not going to ever own one, so it's no point in me even getting into them. I'm going to try the Sony's next, the 1000 something another. I'm going to try those. But I'm 85% these are going back. So, are they worth the upgrade? If you have the Bose Soundsport free, is it worth the upgrade to these quiet comforts? Depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a headphone set with noise cancellation, yes, it's worth the upgrade. If you're looking for a very user-friendly earbud that's, convenient for you, then the Quiet Comfort may not be the way to go. I would look more into a set of these. They work great. They do exactly what you want to do. If you're on the phone, if you're buying them for phone calls, the Quiet Comforts, like I say, they lose connection randomly. You have to put them in a case, and I don't want to do that. If I'm getting a phone call, I don't want to have to stop, answer it on my phone because this thing is disconnected. While I'm on the important call, put that in the case, pick it up, put it on. Now, I will say this. These turn on faster on a call, on an incoming call, than these do. And let me tell you why. When your phone's ringing, you pick this up, put it on, it makes a little sound like whoop, and then it's on. And these, they announce that it's turning on, and then it announces that it's connected to whatever your phone is named. So if your phone is named, Michael's Galaxy Note 10 Plus, it's going to say powering on, connecting to Michael's Galaxy Note 10 Plus. All that time is wait. You can't talk to who you're talking to through the Bluetooth yet because it's singing all of that stuff. Comes down to mere seconds, but if you're on an important phone call, seconds matter, right? Right. So, do they work great? Yeah, they work real good. Is it worth $300? I don't think so. Not yet. When they drop down, to the 200 mark, maybe I'll come back to them. I do feel like they'll last longer than the Soundsports, but right now I'm not really feeling them like that right now, and I really wanted to be honest. So, Bose Quiet Comfort versus the Soundsport Free. Gotta stick with Old Faithful. Soundsport Free. They still are the reigning champion in my book. And plus, right now, like I said, you can get a set of these. They're dirt cheap, $140, and you're talking about a brand new set, and they're ready to go. Different features from this one to this one. Noise cancellation. Bass. These are a little more bassy. But it's minor things. I mean, if noise cancellation is important to you, it's a feature that you have to have, then these aren't even in the picture. But are you actually going to use that noise cancellation? First of all, let me say this. I'm in Texas. Only public transportation you may have here in Houston is the metro, the rail, the bus. And here in Houston, you don't want to not be able to hear your surroundings. It's just not safe. You have to be able to hear what's going on around you. So that's just my opinion. If people are walking around with noise cancellation, earbuds, earphones, headphones on in Houston, hey, that's your business. But you're being very unsafe. So I might still stick with these. Once these go down, price drops a little bit, maybe add some features to an update or something, especially a mute. Some way to turn them on when they do this random lose connection. I might come back to them, but for now, they're going back. And I'm going to pick up those Sony 1000 something or another and try those out. Meanwhile, I'm going to order one of those earbuds from eBay to replace the other set. This one I want to come up with another way to fix this. I know, guys, I'm cheap. I was raised cheap. I was raised to keep stuff as long as you can. So anyway, that's the end of this video. We got a lot of stuff coming up. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Heart Media. T Heart here. Be safe.